All right, so, uh, we both love a good monster story, and you sent over a ton of really fascinating material on werewolves and
Oh
shapeshifters.
yeah, tons.
But, today,
Yeah.
I was thinking we could kind of go beyond just like the chills and thrills, you know,
Totally.
and get into like what these creatures might tell us about ourselves,
Totally.
about human nature.
That's what I find so interesting about them. They
Yeah.
they pop up in cultures all over the world,
Yeah, they're everywhere.
different time periods. So they must be tapping into something very, very universal.
So, okay, let's start with the basics.
Yeah.
Why are we so drawn to these stories? I mean, what is it about werewolves and shapeshifters that still has this power to kind of, captivate us, even
Yeah.
terrify us?
Well, I think it's that fear, isn't it?
Yeah.
That primal fear of losing control.
Right.
We like to think of ourselves as civilized, but deep down, I think there's this nagging feeling that it wouldn't take much,
Yeah.
for the veneer of society to just crack
Right.
and unleash something really wild and unpredictable.
It's almost like we're afraid of ourselves,
Yeah.
what we might be capable of
Our
if we just let go.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt that way?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Like there's a part of you that you have to keep in check.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the werewolf, especially in like European folklore,
Yeah.
becomes such a potent symbol.
Yeah.
It really embodies that classic duality of man, that
Yes.
struggle between reason and instinct,
Well,
between the civilized self
yeah.
and the beast within.
It's like a morality tale playing out in our subconscious.
Yeah, totally.
Right. Don't let the beast take over.
Don't let the beast take over. Exactly.
But what's interesting is,
Uh,
it's not just about suppressing those primal urges, right? It's
Right.
about the consequences
yeah,
of letting them loose.
of letting them loose.
Right.
Think of it this way. The werewolf is not just a monster, it's a cautionary tale.
Okay. Yeah.
It's what happens when we lose that balance.
Right.
When our darker impulses win out.
And this theme, it even goes beyond folklore, right?
Oh, for sure.
I mean, it's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Oh, totally.
They are fascinated
Yeah.
by that idea of a transformation.
Yeah, transformation gone wrong.
Gone wrong.
And, speaking of psychology,
Yeah.
Carl Jung even talked about this, the shadow self,
Oh, yeah.
all those kind of hidden aspects of our personality that we try to repress.
So the werewolf becomes like an externalization
Yeah.
of that inner struggle.
Exactly. A way to confront those dark impulses without actually having to become the monster
Right.
ourselves.
But things get even more complex when we start to look at shapeshifters in other cultures.
Yes, they do.
Because it's not always about an internal battle, is it?
Not always, no.
Right.
Take the Navajo skinwalker, for instance.
Okay.
It's a figure shrouded in mystery and taboo, and the transformation is not simply about losing control.
Okay.
It's about a very deliberate misuse of power.
Sure.
It's a corruption of spiritual abilities for selfish or malicious ends.
So it's not just transforming, it's why you transform
Yeah.
and what you do in
Yeah.
that power.
Exactly. It's about morality. It's about choice.
Okay.
And the skinwalker is just one example.
Yeah.
In many indigenous cultures, shapeshifters occupy this liminal space, between the human and spirit worlds, and their transformations can be both beneficial and destructive.
That adds a whole other layer to the idea of shapeshifting,
Totally.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's not just about our inner demons, but about how we use our power,
Yeah.
how we navigate these boundaries
Yes.
between the physical and the spiritual.
Communal and spiritual, exactly.
And even today, these themes, they still resonate with us.
They do. They really do.
I mean, look at movies like The Wolfman or The Howling.
Yeah.
They still tap into those very primal fears,
Yeah.
about losing control,
Yeah.
about the dark side of human nature.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think even with all the special effects and CGI, these movies, they ultimately hold up a mirror to us,
Totally.
and force us to confront these uncomfortable truths about ourselves.
So we've gone from ancient myths and folklore to modern horror films. And yet, the power of these shape-shifting figures persists.
It really does.
It's incredible.
It does.
Which leads us to the most important question.
Yeah.
If these stories are reflections of ourselves,
Yeah.
what does your inner shapeshifter represent?
That's a great question.
What parts of yourself
Yeah.
do you grapple with,
Yeah.
struggle to control?
Yeah. That's something to think about, isn't it?
Yeah, it really shows how these seemingly fantastical figures
Yeah.
can actually offer real insights into our own lives,
So,
our own struggles.
absolutely.
Love it.
So the next time you encounter a werewolf or a shapeshifter, whether it's in a book, a movie, or even just, your imagination, remember,
Yeah.
you're not just facing a monster.
Yeah,
You're facing a reflection of yourself.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good one. All right, well, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
I'm going to watch The Howling right now.
Yeah, good choice. Good choice.
All right, I'll see you later.
All right, see ya.
And to all our listeners out there, keep exploring, stay curious, and maybe even do a little shape-shifting of your own.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Take care.
Bye. Bye.